got to be some sort of risk of death, right? Hey there everyone, Brandon from EngraveCo.com here with another episode of Engrave This. In today's episode, with fall quickly approaching, the first day of fall is Monday, I believe. We're going to engrave some fall things. We're going to try today to engrave a pine cone / an acorn, whatever I can find on my little adventure here that I'm going to go on up in the mountains. Possibly a leaf, a fall leaf, if I can find a leaf that's changed colors that looks fall-y. And since fall always means football, we're going to try to engrave a football. Why not? Makes sense, right? So anyways, I hope you enjoy this episode, and let's go get her done. Alright, before I go out to gather supplies to engrave, I have to take a break because Vanessa, bless her little heart, she brought me some tamales today. I'm starving. So I'm gonna go and eat some lunch, and then I'll go out and gather supplies to engrave. Come along, let's go eat some tamales. Engrave like yeah, we'll do that on the next
try it.
All right, so I've got tamales in my bellies. They were delicious, and now we're gonna go up the canyon to see if we can find an acorn pine cone. See ya. And maybe a fall leaf. We'll see what we see. We'll see what we can find to engrave. I made it here to Bridal Veil Falls. This is up Provo Canyon in Utah. See if I can not fall down this hill. Don't die. Don't die. Don't die. Made it. Oh, this is sketchy for sure. Well, we'll see. We'll see what comes of this. Huh. I made it. I thought this way would be easier. It's not. So there's some leaves that are changing colors. I'm coming for you. Oh, we've got maybe some pine cones. engrave knives, and found some of the first signs of fall here, folks. We'll see if we can engrave these leaves. Oh, here's some good leaves. Look, guys. Fall is coming. They're yellow. They're turning. Woohoo! We gotta trick back up this thing. There's gotta be some sort of risk of death, right? Climbing up a treacherous mountain. Okay. It's overcoming adversity. Okay. Made it. Alright, so fall usually means fresh peaches, fresh fruit, veggies. Maybe we'll try to engrave some corn. I need some peaches and maybe just, can I get like an ear of corn? I'm going to laser engrave them. Okay. Alright, so we got a fall colored leaf, a random knife that I found, 2 peaches, and an ear of corn. Those are some great fall things. Now we're gonna go buy a football. Made it to Walmart and just have to find a good football here with some blanks, space for engraving. Now you're talking. So I have a blank panel right there. Look at that. Perfect. Alright, well, that should be everything that we need. Let's go purchase the football and we'll go engrave some things. Alright, so we're gonna try to engrave a leaf on a leaf. Now, one of the problems that we run into with this specifically is the leaf isn't flat. And generally speaking, things have to be pretty flat in order to be engraved on. So I just found this little piece of acrylic that we use to cut out like an ornament or something, and I'm gonna get the leaf pretty flat here, and then I'm gonna just kind of set this on here so that it gives me kind of a flatter surface to engrave on. That's the coolest thing I've seen all day! That's amazing! This is a precisely cut leaf out of a leaf. Alright. Engraving number 1. I would call that a success. Look at that. Those are some beautiful fall colored leaves. Alright, on to, should we, I don't know what to really engrave on this. Maybe we'll see if we can cut this. Let's see. Alright, so I didn't really know what to engrave on the pine cone. So I'm going to engrave a pine cone on the pine cone. I mean, we cut a leaf out of a leaf, so it only kind of makes sense that we keep up with this inception thing. Turned out a little bit better than I thought it would. Sure, it kind of smells good. Alright, we engraved a pine cone on a pine cone. You can see that there. Alright, okay, so we're 2 for 2 here. Let's go for the peach. I know that this, again, is kind of going along with the engraving the thing on the thing, which is maybe not really super original at this point, but I really kind of wanted to engrave the peach emoji on the peach. I think one of the problems might be that skin is just a little bit too thin on this peach here. I mean, it looks like a peach emoji, kind of. A peach on a peach. For sure has like a weird burnt taste to it. The peach is good, not the burnt part. Alright, so we're 3 for 3 today. I mean, peach could have been better, but it is what it is. Let's do this corn. Let's see what corn does when it's engraved. Alright, so we got our corn in here. And if you recall from some of our past videos, basically it has to be like level in order for it to engrave. So we just propped it up with the handy dandy pine cone, and yeah, this should engrave pretty well, I think. It's gonna be a surprise what I'm gonna engrave on here. Let's see. There will be no confusion with this ear of corn, that's for sure. Dude, that turned out great. Only I forgot that in the hollow areas that this would fall out. I didn't really think of that. So technically, if I peel this, oh, it says eel here. So it didn't go through the P, but anyways. So what is that? 1, 2, 3. 3, made it through 3 layers. There you go, it worked. On to the football. So there's a perfect little empty spot right there. So we'll see what we can get on this football. The machine is all set up and ready to go here. As you see, we had to get the rotation device in, and I had to take off a little piece of the rotation device that we use to hold some of our jigs in. So I spin this little thing, you can see it rotates, so it should work just fine and dandy. Alright, so I've been debating what I'm going to engrave on this football, and I think regardless of how much you love him or how much you hate him, you always have to respect greatness. So I'm going to engrave Tom Brady's face on this football. There will be haters, I understand. There will be those that say I am a bandwagoner, and I am okay with that. Tom Brady is a great football player, and you have to respect him. So I'm going to engrave his face on this football. We'll see how it turns out, but before I do that, I've got to test it to make sure that the rotation settings and everything on here are correct. So anyways, give me a minute and we'll get this going here. We'll get Tom on a football. I might have to deflate it a little bit just to get it to engrave right. So we'll see what happens. Okie dokie. We've got everything figured out here. Got the football in the machine. I got all the settings kind of figured out. It's a cheap Walmart football, so I don't know how it's going to engrave. I think if it was real leather, it might engrave a little bit better, but I didn't want to spend a lot of money on a football that I'm going to destroy with Tom Brady's face. There's a picture I found on the internet. Tom Brady, please don't sue me. You don't need any more money. So if I'm infringing on some sort of rights of yours, I'm sorry. I won't do it again. Let's see what happens. So it got stuck on one of these little ridges because there's no weight on the football. Sometimes when we engrave things, we have to improvise. This football wasn't heavy enough, so I had to tape. These are actually dog tags. They're stainless steel dog tags. So I just taped them to the side of this football, hoping that it gives it a little bit of weight, so that when these rollers roll, that the football will stay in there and dang it didn't work. The weight was only on the one side, and so as soon as it started rotating, it got heavy and they flipped down. They flipped to the underside. Anyways, if I could spend a little bit more time on this, I could probably get it to work, but I just don't have time. I realized that most of what we do is on the big machine, and we haven't ever really shown you guys our little machine here. So we use this machine mostly for smaller things like jewelry and knives, money clips, things like that. So I'm actually going to engrave this knife on our smaller, this is called a fiber laser. So I just got in here, Bridal Veil Falls 2019. We can engrave pretty much anything on knives, which is kind of cool. We do knives every now and then. So this laser it uses a different technology. It's pretty cool. So usually this is it's quite a bit faster to engrave things on here. There it is. You can see kind of how this, what that does, and we actually use an ultrasonic cleaner down here. Yeah, there you have it. Well, so overall, I would say that minus the football, this just didn't turn out as well as I thought it would. If I had a little bit more time, maybe I'll play with this some more tomorrow. But overall, I'd say you know, when we engraved our leaves, they turned out pretty awesome. We've got our little baby leaves here that we were able to cut out. We've got our little pine cone that we were able to engrave our little pine cone on, which is kind of cool. We engraved our corn. We engraved our peach. It was a pretty fun video overall. Whoa, zoomed in. Whoa, zoom out. Overall, I would say that this video was pretty good. So anyways, if you have any other things that you'd like to see us engrave, if you want us to try to cut through something with a laser, let us hear about it. Send us a message on Facebook, Instagram, leave a comment in this video. We love to try new things. Anyways, hope you enjoyed this episode of Engrave This. I'm Brandon from EngraveCo.com and hope to catch you next time on Engrave This.